Hello, Twyla Kennedy, Lead Economic Development Specialist for the Minnesota District Office of the U.S. Small Business Administration here. Today is April 11th, 2020, and I would like to thank you for joining me for an overview of the SBA coronavirus relief options. Our nation's small businesses are facing an unprecedented economic disruption due to the coronavirus outbreak. On Friday, March 27, 2020, the President signed into law the CARES Act, which contains $376 billion in relief for American workers and small businesses. In response to the coronavirus pandemic, small business owners and nonprofit organizations in all U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and territories are eligible to take advantage of a variety of funding options. Some information that is common across all programs you see on the slide include that you can have multiple SBA loans, but only one PPP loan and one EIDL loan per business, and that applicants are required to have a Social Security number or EIN. The Paycheck Protection Program is a loan designed to provide a direct incentive for small businesses to keep their workers on the payroll. This is a guaranteed loan program administered by your local lender. Note that faith-based organizations and agricultural enterprises have been added as eligible entities. To be eligible, a business or nonprofit must have been in operation by February 15th, 2020. The loan is designed to cover up to 8 weeks of payroll, interest on mortgages, rent, and utilities. Payroll costs include things like salary, wages, cash tips, vacation or sick leave, and a variety of other benefits. Forgiveness of the loan will be based on the employer maintaining or quickly rehiring employees and maintaining salary levels, and will be reduced if full-time headcounts decline or if salaries and wages decrease. If an economic injury disaster loan, or EIDL, was received, that amount may be added to this loan for payoff of the EIDL if the EIDL was used for the same payroll expenses. The maximum loan amount is $10 million, and the term for any portion not forgiven is 2 years at 1% interest. Loan payments will be deferred for 6 months, during which time interest will accrue. In other words, you'll have 18 months to pay off the loan. The bank you are working with will require appropriate documents to support payroll expenses. Some examples are included here. SBA is not requiring the banks to take collateral or personal guarantees, and no fees will be paid by the applicant. There is a list of eligible Minnesota lenders on the Minnesota District Office website. Just follow the link provided. Lenders will be doing electronic submissions, but you can use the documents listed here, the 2483 and 2484, to see what information borrowers and lenders will be required to provide. The deadline for applying is June 30th of 2020. Here is an example of how the loan amount is calculated. The assumption of this example is that there are employees with wages in excess of $100,000 and that an EIDL was also used to pay some payroll expenses. $100,000 per employee is the maximum covered, so amounts over $100,000 will be subtracted out. The exclusion of compensation in excess of $100,000 annually applies only to cash compensation, not to non-cash benefits, including employer contributions to defined benefit or defined contribution retirement plans, payment for the provision of employee benefits consisting of group health coverage, including insurance premiums, and payment of state and local taxes assessed on compensation of employees. After removing excess wages and including benefit costs, the amount will be divided by 12 to determine the average monthly payroll. This is then multiplied by 2.5 to determine the 8-week amount of loan coverage. If the EIDL loan was also used for payroll expense, which it was in this example, it gets added to create a final loan amount. For this example, $260,000. Small business owners should keep track of all documentation used to support the information in the loan application, as well as the information you'll be providing to the lender to support forgiveness of the loan. Economic Injury Disaster Loan in Advance. This is a disaster loan with a forgivable advance on the loan. Applicants are eligible for up to $10,000 that may be requested immediately by opting in at the end of the Economic Injury Disaster Loan application. There is no requirement to repay the advance, even if the applicant is denied a disaster loan. If someone submitted an EIDL application prior to March 30th, they must reapply using the new Streamlined application portal and check the box for the advance, as this was not previously available. The use of funds for this loan are the day-to-day expenses of operating a business. You will have until December 31st, 2020 to apply. To be eligible, a for-profit small business or nonprofit organization must have been in operation before February 1st of 2020. Eligible businesses include individuals who are sole proprietors or independent contractors, ESOPs, and cooperatives. Nonprofits that are granted tax-exempt status under sections 501C, D, or E by the IRS and have satisfactory evidence under state law are eligible. This includes faith-based organizations. Examples would include things like nursing homes, daycare centers, rescue organizations. The next two slides are screenshots showing the first page of the application portal. The new streamlined process allows businesses to apply for both the Economic Injury Disaster Loan and advance with one application. On the pages following this one, you will provide business information and business owner information. The last page will ask you to opt in on the advance and provide bank information for disbursements. Additional supporting documentation may be necessary and requested as needed by your loan officer after you apply. The timeline for receipt of loan funds will depend on the size of the loan and the volume of applications. Please do not email or mail any documentation to SBA unless requested. If you are contacted via email, please double check your reference number to avoid scams and fraud. You will need to verify certain items to ensure eligibility for the program. Failure to check all listed items will make the applicant ineligible. Note that agricultural enterprises are not eligible under EIDL Advance. If you have questions about eligibility or any required information, you can contact the customer service staff by email or phone for clarification. It is estimated that the online application will take less than 2 hours, including gathering all required information. The amount of the loan will be determined by the information you provide throughout this process. The Express Bridge Loan Program allows small businesses who currently have a business relationship with an SBA Express lender to access up to $25,000 quickly. There is a list of those lenders on our website. Just follow the link provided. Use of proceeds for this loan is working capital and does not include revolving lines of credit. Applicants must meet SBA size standards, and this loan follows most requirements under the regular SBA Express Loan Program. Deadline for filing is March 31st, 2021. The SBA Debt Relief Program was established to assist current and new SBA 7A, 504, and microloan borrowers with payments of principal, interest, and fees for 6 months starting March 27th of 2020. Regular program requirements must be met by new borrowers, including being small by SBA size standards. Information on these specific programs can be found in the Minnesota District Office Resource Guide at the link provided. If you currently have one of these loans, reach out to the lender who holds the loan for further guidance. For new loans, check with your current lender or one of the participating lenders on the Minnesota District Office website. The deadline to apply for this program is September 26, 2020. The Minnesota District Office has great SBA resource partners around the state that can help you navigate these programs. They can help small business owners prepare and understand their financial statements, as well as provide general business advice. There are 9 small business development centers that cover all corners of the state. SCORE has chapters scattered around with mentors ready to help. The 3 women's business centers in the Twin Cities, Duluth, and Little Falls cover much of the state with programs specifically designed for women. And finally, the Regional Veterans Business Outreach Center can connect veterans with veteran-specific resources. We encourage you to contact our resource partners and utilize their expertise. It is important to note that the state of Minnesota also has resources available to assist small business owners. The Small Business Emergency Loan will use a list of state-certified lenders to make loans of up to $35,000 for those businesses affected by the governor's original shutdown orders. These include things like restaurants, breweries, hair salons, and bowling alleys. The Minnesota Small Business Loan Guarantee Program will help businesses with less than 250 employees with loans up to $200,000. The Department of Employment and Economic Development maintains a website of frequently asked questions for employers and businesses, unemployment information, and health insurance resources that business owners should be accessing. For information specific to coronavirus, the Minnesota Department of Health provides Minnesota-specific information, including in other languages. The Center for Disease Control and the World Health Organization also have helpful information. SBA is aware of a number of scams and fraud schemes around the coronavirus funding options. Keep in mind, there is no cost to apply for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan or advance. And SBA does not solicit contact on any of the programs, nor do we require upfront payments of any kind. Please be mindful of third parties who take payments for helping you fill out the application. If you are contacted regarding your loan via email, ensure that the reference application number is consistent with your actual application number. If in doubt, please verify all program information at sba.gov or by contacting SBA directly. We are working hard to get you accurate information about all SBA programs. The best way to get real-time information is to sign up for our newsletter at sba.gov/updates. Please type in your zip code to get local information and resources. You can also follow us on Twitter at SBA_Minnesota. To reach out to the Minnesota District Office, our email is minneapolis.mn@sba.gov, and our phone number is 612-370-2324. For information on your EIDL or advance application, please contact Disaster Customer Service at sba.gov or 800-659-2955. And finally, make sure to sign up for newsletters at the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development and with your city and county. At all levels of government, resources are available, and having good, up-to-date information is important. Hope you find this information helpful as you maneuver through our programs.